So in this presentation, I'm going to talk about a character which is pronounced gan in the third tone. And as a standalone character, or I guess as a morpheme, it means to feel something. To feel something. And it is a very versatile morpheme in Chinese because you can find it in a lot of different word classes, word types. It can be a part of verbs, it can be a part of adjectives, and it can be a part of nouns. So for instance, if you say 感觉, that's a verb and it means to feel. You can say 感情, which means emotion, that's a noun. And then you can say 敏感, which is sensitive, and that's an adjective. And there are many more, and just chose some examples to show you that it really works this way. And structurally, the character is separated into these two parts, these two sections, so the top one and the bottom one. And the top one is its phonetic sort of compound, and let me just highlight it. It's this one. And it's pronounced xian in the second tone. And originally it meant to bite, and that is the reason for this kou element in it, for this one in it, which means mouth. But this meaning has been long gone, and the character has been, because of its sound, borrowed for a different meaning, which was all or everything. In simplified Chinese, this character today means salty, but its original meaning, the first one was to bite, the second one was all and everything, and the third meaning in simplified Chinese is salty. And this is, even though not very obvious today, it is the phonetic element in this character. And if you look at the pronunciation today, the pronunciation of the phonetic element, so of the blue one is xian, and of the character as a whole is gan. So the rhyme, or the final cluster for the whole character is an in the third tone, and the phonetic element is yen in the second tone. And it doesn't resemble that much today, but at least in the 7th century, the pronunciation of the final was identical, or very, very similar, and it is fairly safe to assume that when the characters, or this particular character was created, which is many, many centuries before that, the pronunciation for the phonetic element and the character as a whole was even more similar than this. And the bottom section of the character is this one over here, which is pronounced shin in the first tone, and it's a heart. It is the semantic element, and heart as a component of characters is often the semantic element in characters, pointing to abstract characters that have something to do with emotions or feelings, or usually these abstract concepts that have something to do with the mind of a person. And so in this case, to feel something is the meaning of the character as a whole, and shin, heart, has been chosen to be in it to point to that abstract meaning that has to do something with emotions. So let me show you how to write this character. It's slightly more complicated because the stroke order might pose a little problem. So as I said, the character is divided into sort of like the top section and the bottom section. So what you have to do is first start and finish the top one, and then start and finish the bottom one. And you have to know where to start each section, where to finish it, and how to proceed. So you start the top section, you always sort of try to start somewhere in the top left. So in this case, it's going to be here, and you have to decide whether it's going to be this stroke or it's going to be the horizontal stroke. So it's going to be the horizontal stroke in this case. Then this pie, left falling stroke. And then you have to realize that even though it doesn't seem that obvious, but the top section is also separated into the left and right section, not into the top and bottom section. So you first have to finish the left one and then continue to the right one, even though they overlap over here, right? They obviously overlap. But still, you first have to finish whatever is on the left side, so you have to go here and finish that. And then you continue whatever is left, and the dot is last, regardless of where it is. If it's on the right side, regardless of where it is on the right side, it's going to have to be last. So one more time, the top section. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright? And then you proceed to the bottom section. And it's a bit tricky too, but basically you go from somewhere in the top left, so obviously this is top left, and then you just continue like that. See, the dot over here is last and dot over here is last because it is on the right side of the sort of like the element, so it has to go last. So let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'll see you in the next one.